In the ever-evolving world of dairy farming, where technology, weather patterns, and market conditions are constantly shifting, one element remains constant: the dairy farmer's attitude. Despite advancements in agricultural tools, machinery, and research, the mindset of the person behind the farm plays an indispensable role in determining its success or failure. In many ways, a dairy farmer's attitude is the linchpin that connects knowledge to action. It can either drive a dairy farm towards greater profitability and sustainability, or keep it stagnating despite external factors. Take, for example, two dairy farmers in tropical countries like Sri Lanka or Kenya. Both may face similar challenges: unpredictable weather patterns, fluctuating milk prices, and limited access to veterinary services. However, the way they approach these challenges can vary drastically. One dairy farmer, armed with a proactive attitude, will actively seek solutions, embrace new technologies, and invest in sustainable practices. The other, with a more reactive mindset, may shy away from change, relying on traditional methods that may no longer be effective. The difference in their attitude ultimately becomes the defining factor in the success of their dairy farm. Studies worldwide have highlighted the undeniable connection between dairy farmers' attitudes and their farm's productivity. Research consistently shows that dairy farmers with a positive, forward-thinking attitude tend to see better outcomes in terms of herd health, milk yield, and financial stability. This mindset is linked to traits such as responsibility, curiosity, confidence in decision-making, and a willingness to adopt new dairy farming methods. In contrast, dairy farmers who resist change and cling to outdated practices often face stagnation. For instance, a study in Sri Lanka, a tropical island known for its strong dairy industry, found that dairy farmers who had a more proactive attitude towards learning and adopting new dairy technologies saw significant improvements in milk quality and production. In contrast, those who hesitated to invest in proper nutrition and modern breeding practices were often stuck with suboptimal outcomes, despite having access to similar resources. One of the standout examples from tropical regions is India, where dairy farming is deeply integrated into the rural economy. Here, small-scale dairy farmers are often limited by outdated farming techniques. However, in recent years, some farmers in states like Gujarat and Punjab have completely transformed their operations by embracing modern milking equipment and data-driven management tools. These dairy farmers' willingness to explore and learn has led to impressive gains in milk yield and herd health, demonstrating how a dairy farmer's attitude can drive significant change even in challenging conditions. In contrast, a dairy farmer in Kenya who continued to rely solely on traditional practices like hand milking and limited pasture management found it increasingly difficult to compete with larger, more modernized dairy farms. His reluctance to invest in training or technology contributed to lower productivity and higher costs, ultimately threatening the viability of his farm. In many tropical countries, such as Kenya and Uganda, smallholder dairy farmers face significant challenges in ensuring milk hygiene and quality. While many of these dairy farmers understand the importance of clean milking practices, gaps in knowledge, lack of resources, and resistant attitudes toward adopting new hygiene standards often hinder progress. A study conducted in central Kenya revealed that despite training programs aimed at improving milk quality, many smallholder farmers still relied on unsanitary milking environments and improper milk containers, largely due to entrenched traditional practices and a reluctance to change. The dairy farmers' hesitation to invest in clean milking systems was rooted in a mindset that dismissed new approaches as unnecessary. However, dairy farmers who were open-minded and willing to learn significantly improved their milk quality and increased their income by embracing proper hygiene protocols and modern milking equipment. Labor shortages are another challenge that many tropical countries face, and dairy farming is not immune. In Sri Lanka, for instance, many dairy farms rely on manual labor for milking and herd management. However, as the younger generation moves away from rural areas in search of better opportunities, these farms struggle to maintain productivity. Some dairy farmers, particularly those with a growth-oriented mindset, have embraced automation, such as milk cooling systems and milking machines. On the other hand, in India, the introduction of automation in the dairy sector has had a significant impact on large-scale dairy farms, allowing them to reduce labor costs and increase operational efficiency. The willingness of Indian dairy farmers to adopt new technology, like automatic milking machines, has enabled them to enhance production while overcoming labor shortages. However, in the Philippines, where smallholder dairy farms dominate, many dairy farmers still resist automation, preferring traditional manual milking despite the availability of affordable technology. This reluctance is largely due to the traditional mindset, where new technology is perceived as too expensive or unnecessary. But dairy farmers who have taken the leap into automation have seen improvements in their operations and output, showing that attitude can pave the way for modernization, even in labor-scarce environments. In tropical countries, where dairy farming faces unique challenges, a dairy farmer's attitude can be the deciding factor between success and failure. The most successful dairy farmers are not necessarily those with the largest herds or the best equipment. They are the ones who are willing to learn, adapt, and innovate. Whether it's embracing new technology, improving herd management, or ensuring better milk hygiene, the attitude of the farmer shapes every decision made on the farm. Dairy farmers who approach challenges with an open mind, curiosity, and a willingness to try new approaches are better equipped to adapt to the changing dynamics of the industry. Meanwhile, those who resist change or stick to outdated methods will struggle to keep up with the demands of modern dairy farming. Ultimately, the future of dairy farming in tropical countries and beyond lies in the hands of the dairy farmers. Their mindset will dictate how they manage risks, adopt innovations, and navigate the complexities of modern agriculture. In dairy farming, as in life, attitude is not just everything, it's the game changer.